Hello guys, welcome to the channel. This is Baby. In today's video I want to talk about one of the most profitable things I do on a daily basis. It's a simple thing that take you about like 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops every day, and it will build up a lot of resources that you can turn into gold if you want to. And it is basically that I farm eternal ice shards. It is a currency that you can get from Bajora's Marshes, the map, and this currency is very useful. You can exchange it with karma for 10 stacks of any currency from season 4 maps. Don't go with the first one because it gives you a lot less volatile. It doesn't give you this much, but you can go with any other currency. The 75 will give you 10. And let's look at an example. If we bought 10 and we consume them, as you can see here, it will give us decent amount of volatile, but it is quite random. So let's see another 10 here, and this time it's a lot more. It is a bit random, but it will build up a lot of volatile. And what we can do with this volatile magic is to turn it into material. So the other merchant here, as you see, second tab, you can buy trophy shipment, and it will cost you 1 gold and 250 volatile, but it will give you T6 and T5 material that you can sell or use if you craft legendary or any other thing. So it is a resource for you if you want it as a material, or you can turn it into gold. So like that, we bought one, for example, and we got unlucky this time. So let's give another example. We buy another one, and this time we have some T6, and you can calculate the profit almost accurately by using this website, Guild Wars 2 Lunchbox, and it have a volatile magic profit calculator, and as you see it have other stuff too. However, it will show you the highest number you can get if you're selling instant, or the lowest if you're selling on an order. Like, it will show you both, and after the tax calculation. So for each one shipment you will make back more than 30 silver, and that will pile up. If you're buying 10, now we're talking about 3 golds and almost 4, and etc. It's just keep building up. Most of the time the safest thing to go with is obviously trophy for the material, but in some cases, like if I remember the event of the 4 winds, sometimes can make the laser go way high. It's even more than the trophy sometimes. So always check this website when you're trying to dump all your volatile magic to turn it into gold. But the safest option is always will be trophy. I'm here in Eye of the North because I bought both merchant, so I do all my transaction here. But if you don't have it, you can exchange the volatile, the trophy, on any season 4 map. My favorite is probably Stan, because it just once you teleport to it, it's right next to the first waypoint. Right here, this is the waypoint on the map. Domain of Stan. The waypoint is here, and just at the docks you can see the merchant, and you can buy trophy from him. And also for Bajora, we can simply go to Bajora's Marshes itself. We're going there anyway, and once you teleport there at the first waypoint here, you can see this merchant, and in the last tab it can exchange the currency for season 4. So let's talk now about what we do on a daily basis to farm it. First, you're gonna bring a character that you can bark at some place. You put it there and you forget it. It just deliver what you want from it daily. You log in it and you do what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go with this waypoint in the second part of Bajora's Marshes map. And you're simply gonna follow this path. And we start from here. Most of the time I also would gather the material, like the wood, stuff like that, and you're gonna follow my tracks. If you have a sky scale, this is gonna be much easier, obviously, but if you don't, Springer will get you most of the chests that we are going to collect, and they are reset every day. But if you don't, the Springer will also help. It will get you most of them, but probably will be a bit slower to move from a point to another. And those are the chests we are talking about. You require the highest mastery tier if you wanted to get the highest level of rewards. And you can also do this for, it can help you with the daily if there is a gathering from this map, and if there is a daily for Bajora's Marsh itself, not the general Tyrian daily, you will also get more, up to 200 of the ice shards, and if you're not having daily for it, then you will get a little bit more, or around 180. As you see, I took this route using sky scale, and you can do it also using Springer, jumping on edges, like from here to here, and then move to the next chest, like that. So in one day you're gonna rotate to the other. As I started from the ground and I found my way up, and then I will continue moving to get the rest of the chests, I will stop at the end of this round, like this circle. And the second day I will log in and start from the other end of it and get here. If I'm using sky scale, I will stop at this chest. They can change a little bit, like this one sometimes doesn't exist, and you will find it on the ground, far on the land. And I will be moving with sky scale and going up. I will show you both the routes, like we will continue this one, and then I will move to exact spots again if you're going from the other direction. Remember, you can do the same thing with Springer, but simply you're gonna keep moving from part of the land to another, and then start climbing, but it's gonna take a bit of a long time for you. Or you can ignore the very difficult one to get to, like this one for example. There's also a chest here, sometimes appear or it appear at the end of it, so always check the same places for chests. If they're not there, they will be in the other area. So as you see, this is a chest that not always existing, and sometime you can find it here. So I stop here, or in the other point of start. If this is the way I do it normally, like on the main character I actually park it here, that will be stopping here, and the second day it will move from here and redo the whole thing and bark at the other end. So you bark at the start or you bark at the beginning. Now let's go with the same route again. You would open the character, you would log in here, and you either find a box here, find one of them, or if you didn't, you would look here to see if it is. If it's there, take it. If it's not, move on. And now you go to the other point. The same route, but in the other order. So there is one here, and then you open the lock and open the other one here, and then move forward. If you already gathered the box, this one here will not exist, but I always go for it anyway. And as we can see, it's not here, so we go back. And then we move to the ones under the rock. We open the lock and we gather both of them. And then we go up with sky scale or jump with Springer. And we start climbing those with Springer or with sky scale. And here is the other chest too. We take it and we then move to the one on that cliff. If you remember, it is right here. This one. We collect it and then we move on to the one that was on the other edge. And then we get up with sky scale. or with bringer. You can stand here with bringer and then simply glide. If you have the jade bud, it can lift you up and you can make it here. If you don't, you can simply climb from the ground up. It is up to you. And then you go again with the sky scale to the mastery, and then there's other books in here, the ones that we collected. And then you move to the last one here, and then to the ground again. This also does not have fixed location. You can find it here, sometimes it will be there, sometimes it's on the ground, but it's just in the area, so always check where it is. Sometimes you can find it in this point, and you can gather the material and then move to the last one, which also will be here, or sometimes it's up on the cliff, it can be in the water or here. So that will be it, and now you have everything that we wanted to collect. And you can see we collected 190. We gathered also a couple of nodes or something like that, and all this material, some nice stuff, but it's mainly about this that we can exchange for volatile. If you bark a character here, you can do all this in around like 2 minutes or something. You will get to remember the location and move very fast, very efficiently, especially if you have sky scale. And if you don't have it yet, you really should start working on it. It changes the game drastically. And you can track my routes here if you want a screenshot of this line. We simply start from this waypoint, we move this way until we get here, and then we do all this route normally, and then we move all this way, and then go down here, we do this spin, or we take the nodes and we go around this maze to get the boxes here, and that will be it. So I hope you find this helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell me anything you want in the comments, or any other tips that you want to give people, and I will be seeing you next time. Peace.